First yesterday. What do we first need to find? How many sides there are, okay? How can we figure out how many sides there are? There are two ways.
By marking them.
We can count them by marking them, or what else did we figure out yesterday? You could also count the things that are on the inside, because sometimes the sides might be really close together, okay? Hey, let's go, put your phones up. This ain't your guys' first day. Okay, so if we look at this one, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides, as well as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces on the inside. Okay, so we know that first year has 5 pieces on the inside. It's definitely a 5-sided figure. Okay, what do we do with that 5 sides?
Minus 2.
We're going to say that n minus 2 times 180. So we're going to say 5 minus 2 times 180.
540.
Is 540?
Yeah.
Actually, we did do the same.
540. That's 540.
Yeah, a lot of the ones yesterday so happen to be 540. Okay, so we know that what is really 540?
The angle. The sum.
It's X, isn't it?
What is really 540? So you were kind of onto something. It's not the x.
The
What?
entire
The
shape.
whole shape.
The sum of the angles.
The sum of the inside of the shape of the angles. Okay, so some of you guys are saying like bits and pieces of the word, right? You're saying sum, you're saying the angles, okay, you're saying the shape. Okay, it's the sum of the inside of the angles. Okay, yesterday someone was arguing with me and they're like, well, they thought it was going to be the outside, but it has nothing to do with the outside, okay? It's the sum of the inside, because starting next week we're doing the inside and the outside, okay? So it's important to understand, hey, keep going, that is part of the inside. Okay, so on your calculator now we can say 540 and then what?
Minus all the.
Minus all the ones on the inside. So 540 minus 117, minus 113, minus 112, minus 100. So all of the pieces on the inside. What? Did you fart it?
It wasn't me. I don't know.
98.
98? Somebody agree? 98? 98?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, what is 98 though?
X.
The x, okay, that's what we were finding. So it's 98. Okay, that's really there. Okay, flip the page. Go to number 2. Okay, again, start with the same process. Even though it looks funky, start with the same process. How many sides are there? Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 sides. Hopefully you haven't memorized at this point, but what does 5 sides equal? 540. Okay, so the total sum is going to be 540. Okay, so we're going to say 540 minus 125, minus 105, minus 95, minus 95, 120.
Yeah, 120.
Okay, what is 120?
The X.
It is not. Look at the picture.
It's the sum.
Look at the picture. What is 120? Okay, look at this picture. What were you finding on here?
The X.
The missing angle on the inside, which so happened to be this one. Okay, so I ask you again, what are you finding on here?
The angle. It's the X.
The angle on the inside. So it just so happens to not be labeled, but this is the one that you're finding. Okay? Okay, and so what is that? What did you guys tell me it was? 120. Okay, so right here is 120. Okay, now, again, it's saying find the value of x. Okay, who recalls what does a straight line equal?
180.
180. So if this part is 120, what is the other part if the total sum is 180? Okay, if we know that this total line is 180 and this part's 120, what does this part have to be? 60.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, so x is actually 60.
That's 60.
Okay, so now that we've started like finding some things, we can use some of these basic geometry properties. Okay, look at number 3. Hold on, pause, look at the picture.
So it'd be 70.
Look at the picture. What would be 70?
The X.
The x is definitely 70. Okay, now, you can't even use the formula to find all this stuff. The only way that we can use that formula is if we're only missing one thing. Okay, right now, how many things are missing? 2, the x and the y. But, you're right, Ben, it is 70. How is that 70?
Because like
one of the other side is 110.
Okay, so we know that this total is 180. If this is 110, what does that one have to be? 70. Now we can solve this problem like any other one. Okay, how many sides are there?
4.
There are 4. So you're going to say 4 minus 2 times 180. 260?
360.
360? Okay, so the total sum is 360. So we're going to say 360 minus what? Minus 88 minus what? 70 minus 112. Which one can we not include?
110.
The 110. Why can we not include the 110?
Because it's outside the square.
It's outside. Again, that is doing the total sum of the inside. Okay, so what is y actually? 90? Okay, so y is 90, the x is 70. Okay, look at number 4. It's right below it. Look at number 4. The sum, listen to the words that I'm saying. The sum of the interior, what does interior mean? Inside. The sum of the inside angles of a polygon is what? Is what? The sum of the inside angles of the polygon is what? What's the formula?
180.
180 is part of the formula. What's the formula?
Oh,
N minus 2 times 180. Okay? That's all I want you to write. Okay? It sounds really fancy, doesn't it? Okay? When we started off this whole journey, right, and I read you guys that really long paragraph, you're like, I don't know what she's talking about. Right? But now we know that the sum of the interior angles, the inside of the angles, okay, is n minus 2 times 180, where n is the number of sides. That's all it's saying now, okay? And now it doesn't seem like that crazy, okay? I don't know why it made an extra line, but, okay? So that's all they're asking for number 4, that's the formula. Okay, number 5, you're gonna go to number 6. Number 6, what should we do first? Count the sides for sure.
6 sides.
6 sides, somebody agree? Okay, so what would you do next then?
720. The formula.
Okay, so n minus 2 times 180, what is 6-sided? What's 6 sides?
720.
6 sides.
720.
720. Okay, so on our calculator, we're going to say 720 minus what?
Minus 140.
Minus 140, I agree.
Minus 150.
Minus 150.
Minus 90.
Why 90?
Because it's 290.
So there's 2 90s, because why?
Because it's 2 angles, 2.
There's 2 squares, right? What's the square mean? Square means 90, okay? So maybe fill that in if you need it. Okay, so minus 90, minus 130, minus 90. Okay, you need to subtract them all.
Minus 290s.
120.
120, somebody agree?
Yeah, 120.
Okay, so x is 120.
We on 7?
Number 6. Okay, go to number 8. Go to number 8. Hey, it looks a little more complicated, yes? Why? Why does it look more complicated? There's a lot of x's going on, okay? Start off, count your sides.
2, 3, 4,
How many sides are there?
7.
7. So, n minus 2 times 180. 900? Somebody agree? 900. Okay, so we know that what's 900? The total sum, okay? Now, I'm going to do this the long way. However, you can do it the short way, okay? What was the long way that we learned yesterday? Yeah, put it all out in a straight line, right? And in this case, we're absolutely going to have to do that. So you're going to take everything and write it all out in a straight line, okay? Save yourself some room. So we got 135 plus 5x minus 4 plus 7x minus 64 plus 120 plus 6x minus 8 plus 4x plus 15. I didn't leave enough room. Plus 3x plus 31 plus, oh, and I did the 135 already. Okay. Okay, all that equals what? 900. Okay, so we know that all that equals 900. Okay, at this point, even though it looks complex, okay, all you need to do is combine all the numbers together and all the x's together. So, who is all an x up here? 5. So you would say plus 5 on your calculator. Who else is an x?
7.
Plus 7. Who else?
6.
Plus 6. Who else?
4.
Plus 4.
3.
Plus 3. Okay, type that on your calculator. Plus 5, plus 7, plus 6, plus 4, plus 3. What do you get for that? 25. So we're at 25 what, though?
25x.
25 x's. Okay? Now we can do all the numbers together. Okay? So on your calculator, you got to use whatever sign's in front of it. Okay? So you're going to say 135 minus 4 minus 64 plus 120 minus 8 plus 15 plus 31. Type that in your calculator. 225? Did you even type it? Don't like it. I don't know what it is, so. Who else? Type it. Yeah, you. All of you should be typing. Go get a calculator. We went through this yesterday. 225? Okay. So plus 225 equals what? What was our total sum?
900.
900? Okay, then what? Remember, we talked about like who's the kid, who's the couple, who's the babysitter. Okay? Who's getting dropped off first? Who needs moved? 225, so we gotta get moved first. So we're gonna subtract 225 from both sides. Okay, so these cancel out. We got 25x. What is 900 minus 225? 900 minus 225. 675? Somebody agree?
Yes.
675. Then what needs to happen? Divide. Okay, we're gonna break up that couple. Okay, 675 divided by 25. 27. Okay, what is really 27 though? X. Okay, so this did not just give us one value, okay, because really they could go even further and be like, well, find this one, okay, or well, find this one, okay, so we were finding X, but in a lot of the other cases, X was just a single number and that was the value, okay, so this is just a number. I didn't give you guys any of these on your homework, but I at least wanted to do one, okay, although it looks obnoxious, okay, it is not that awful, okay? I'm not gonna have you do it by yourself, but it's not obnoxiously awful. I think the writing it out is probably the longest part, okay? Okay, you guys, the rest of the sheet is yours. 1 through 12 should be completed. Okay, you have 6 to do on your own. They're all like the simpler ones, okay? And